We found the Mecca, the motherland, the oasis.
We have like a serious love for traveling, camping.
They put actual pies.
A big part of our brand is inspired by a cross-country road trip.
I am so excited about this video, and I bet you are too. This one's gonna be a bit different. We are going to different breweries here in Austin, Texas. We're going to a few different ones, and we're gonna show you the behind the scenes, how it's made, where it's made, and I'll tell you how it tastes, and if you should check it out too.
The reason why I love breweries, although I do not drink, is that it's such a cool place for gathering. We can bring our dog. It's usually kid friendly and they're usually outdoors.
Breweries are an all-around experience. Winston, are you ready? You want to go to some breweries? Let's go drink some beer.
Our first stop is Nomadic Beer Works here in Austin, Texas. We're meeting with the owners right now, Bryce and Dan, and they're gonna tell us a little bit about what they got going on here at this brewery.
I'm Dan Tyransky.
I'm Bryce Tyransky.
And we are the owners and founders of Nomadic Beer Works. We're brothers, and I do all of our, sales, marketing, building, etc. We built everything in the tap room ourselves. We also installed all of this plumbing and everything behind here to set up the brewing tanks. And Bryce is our head brewmaster here on site.
Yeah. So I do everything from recipe development to the actual brew days. Anything that beer related is going to be my realm.
And I think this is an awesome setup because we're travelers, hence the name Nomadic, and the beers are inspired by some of our travels, and so we're just super excited to have y'all on site. This is our brewing operation here. One of the things you'll notice is this tank right here is not your standard starting step tank, which is called a mash tun. This one is actually a repurposed piece of dairy equipment from West Texas. A lot of our equipment is mismatched together, Frankenstein by the mad genius over here, which is kind of fun. We repurposed this for our use for brewing, but this is where we add all the grains initially. It's the first step in the brewing process. All those grains are added into this and basically steeped like a tea. And we do that in order to extract some of those flavors, like caramel notes, roasty notes. It also extracts all of the sugars from the grains, which is the main food source for the yeast that eventually ferments it into alcohol.
Yeah, so that's step one. It sits in there for about an hour or so. We're going to transfer that to our boil kettle after that. And so basically the point of the boil is to, one, pasteurize it, boil it, kill any sort of bacteria or organisms that are living on that grain, even after the mash. The boil actually helps drive off a lot of off flavors too in the beer that could potentially be there.
Right.
And then the third thing is this is where we're going to add your hops. So the hops are going to add bitterness, flavor, aroma.
Right in here.
Yeah.
This little top flips open. We get on a ladder for this step.
Do different types of hops determine what type of beer that you're gonna come up with, like a lager versus a Pilsner or an IPA?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the main components of those styles. There's going to be different hop varietals for a lager, Pilsner, a hazy IPA, or even like an amber ale. That being said, some of those hops are interchangeable, and it's just one component of those styles of beer. So malt's going to be one, and the yeast is going to be another component, as well as a really important one, which is going to be the water chemistry.
Yeah, they're scientists. Like brewmasters should be called scientists because this is such a complex process. I really didn't have any idea how complex this was.
Microscopes, test tubes, the works. The next step in the process, after everything's boiled, is going to be piped into these tanks here. So this entire row they're called fermenters. They're ones with these cone-shaped bottoms here, and what we do in these is we're actually fermenting that beer. So we're turning that sugar into alcohol here after that beer has been moved from the boiling kettle here into these fermenters and cooled down. We pitch the yeast, the microbes that convert those sugars into alcohol, and this is where those beers are going to actually turn into beer. The idea behind Nomadic and why we wanted to start this brewery was because we have a serious love for exploring new cultures, traveling, camping, seeking out adventure, and kind of the best that the world has to offer. So when we were 20 years old, we were backpacking in Colorado, we were hiking the Continental Divide, and all of a sudden we were just he had just picked up home brewing, and I just started studying business, and we both loved craft beer, and we had that moment where we're like, well, we should definitely start a bar. We should start a bar sometime. We should start a brewery. This is going to be awesome.
Yep.
And we didn't really know what we were doing at that point. And it took us about 10 years to kind of really shop out an idea and figure out how to make our dream come to life. And from that time where we had that initial conversation to when we decided to start this, we had traveled all over the world. And the one thing that kind of shocked us and stood out was how different beers are being produced in different regions by different brewers who have access to unique ingredients or have those different cultural, you know, palates where people want something sweeter, they want something drier, and this kind of shaped the idea of what Nomadic Beer Works could be, where we basically just wanted to go and seek out awesome beers, awesome experiences, use that to influence the beers that we make, and continue to have our travels funded by the beer that we brew in this perfect modern nomadic lifestyle.
And then part of that too is like our tap room setting. We really try to create that like warm, welcoming, like family kind of vibe here for anyone that comes in the tap room.
Yeah.
Which we experience a lot on the road when you're staying at hostels and things like
That's
that.
right. And that's beer is a product that brings people together.
Next time you're in the Austin, Texas area, make sure you check out Nomadic Beer Works. Definitely worth a stop. Amber's gonna try out some beer now.
Let's go!
So for all of you non-beer drinkers like me, they also have a local coffee roaster. It is Little City. So after you get feeling good on some beer, drink some of this, also have sandwiches, which we love because we oftentimes go to a lot of breweries and they don't have food. So it's so nice that we get to have a bite, a beer, and a coffee.
We're excited to try every single beer here. And now we're gonna hear a story about two of their different beers from Dan and Bryce.
Split to Hvar. Split and Hvar are actually two cities in Croatia. And this beer is actually modeled after a beer that we had while we were backpacking Europe in our early 20s. We stumbled across this little brewery tap room, and they served one style of beer, and it looked a lot like this.
Yeah.
And this is the recreation of that beer to the best of our memories. It's simply a unique one-off that we just wanted to pay homage to, because years and years later, as we started this brewery, this beer just stuck in our heads, and it was actually the very first brew brewed on our system. And now we bring it back regularly, especially late summer and into fall, because it's this perfect mix of like sweet dried fruits and roast character with like a really nice light body and like crisp finish.
One that we're really proud of and stoked about is going to be our peak season IPA.
Yeah.
And that beer is modeled after a lot of the beers we had in New England area. You know, hazies are popular right now, but that beer has been something that customers here have like really grown fond of, and it's the only beer that we keep on tap 100% of the time.
These guys are doing something very good here. You can just feel the hospitality as soon as you open the door. If you haven't been here yet, or even if you have, get over here. We definitely chose the right team to collaborate with. I haven't tried one single beer, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
She's dying
7, 8, 9.
for you guys.
9.
She
We have
wants that
9.
Amber's thirsty. She's
I've had a beer in 12 hours, you guys.
Thank you guys so much.
This is
All right,
great.
bye,
Yeah,
guys.
First, we're trying the Boat Delicious. This is a blonde ale. Look at the color. So lemony and crisp. This is so refreshing. It's bubbly, dry, almost like a champagne. So unique. I mean, this is not regular. This is great. This really is the best blonde ale I've ever had in my whole life.
What a fun brewery day we're having. Nomadic Beer Works was super awesome. Now we're heading to our next spot. This one is quite popular in the Texas area.
We found the Mecca, the motherland, the oasis.
Look at all these
beer.
Hey y'all, my name's Amy Cartwright. You're at Independence Brewing Company, and I'm just glad that we're entertaining our friends traveling on the road today. This beer that we're trying is the Peach Emoji. It is our summer seasonal. It's on the mild sour end. We infuse it with a bunch of fresh peaches and a little bit of black tea. Took some inspiration from Arnold Palmer's, but honestly it's just quenching, a little tart, definitely peachy.
Cheers.
Cheers. Check that out.
Holy moly! It's like a peach milkshake. Isn't it? That is so nice.
We got the heat here in summer, so that little bit of peach just cools you down.
Native Texan. This is a Pilsner. It's about 5%. And look at this color. Look at that sun glistening. Are you kidding me? Let's try it. So crisp, light. It's the kind of beer that you can just drink all day starting in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Next we're trying the Straw Baby. This is a rhubarb beer. This is the one we saw online. They put actual pies. Did you hear me? Pies, actual pies in this beer.
So funny, I was looking at their Instagram before we came out here and I saw a guy just throwing in chunks of pie into the brew house.
I think the thing that's really cool about it is you really do taste the crust.
You do? This is like I'm eating a dang pie. It's like there could be a la mode on the side. It's like it could be a jam on toast or a pie.
These are 19.2 ounces. That's a high boy. It exceeds a tall boy, you guys.
What a successful day.
Thank you to Nomadic Beer Works and to Independent Brewing Company. We had such a blast today, but that's not all the breweries we're gonna go to. So take this second, grab yourself a beer because we know you're craving it by now. And let's do some breweries tomorrow.
For now, we gotta go to bed.
We are rested and it is time for day 2 of brewery tour in Austin, Texas.
Let's ride.
You ready to drink some more beer?
I've been ready. I woke up ready. Welcome to Last Stand Brewing in Austin, Texas.
Hello everybody, I'm JC. Welcome to Last Stand Brewing.
Thank you so much for having us.
It's a pleasure. Hope you guys like beer.
And I got a nitro cold brew right here.
First we're trying a Craftsman's Light Ale. Looks light, looks crisp. Let's see. Really nice. Almost, it has a pear taste to me. Very bubbly, really refreshing. This is nice. This is the perfect first beer. Next we're trying a beer that they just released. This is the Texas Forever. It's a lager. I'm super stoked to be one of the first people to try it. It's the most refreshing lager I've ever had. It's so light. I'm used to much darker in color, more amber lagers, and this is nothing like this. They did a great job with this one. It brings sunshine to my face.
And they did not leave me out. I have a nitro cold brew from a local coffee roaster. It's called Austin Java. And it is getting me energized. I've only had half of it and I am like, boing! Like I am awake right now. Nutty, foamy. If you've ever had nitro cold brew, it has a whole different complex flavor to it rather than just a cup of coffee. And it gives you such an alert energy. Cheers.
These beers are a mix-up, so it's a mix of 2 of their other beers to make its own beer. So this one here, this is called a not amber beer because someone wanted an amber beer and they didn't have one. It mixed this ale with a coffee porter and it created this amazing beer. The color of an amber beer, and when you sip it, it gives you that amber body that you're looking for. That's a really smart way to do it.
We've been talking to one of the owners and they're super fun here. They just want people to enjoy their craft beer. Just enjoy it however they like, mix it together, make different flavors. When you're in Austin, Texas, to go to Last Stand Brewing, you should definitely come here. Super welcoming. I feel like we're already friends with everybody. Make a stop and you will not be sad.
Welcome to Vacancy Brewing. We're here with Sarah and Brent, and they're gonna tell us their inspiration for their logo.
A big part of our brand is inspired by a cross-country road trip that we did 6 months across the US and Canada. And one of the stints we went from Vegas to Joshua Tree. We came across this tiny motel. It was 5 rooms in the middle of nowhere, and I just loved the sign. So I had Brent pull over. We did a whole photo shoot, and then that eventually inspired our logo. We love a lot of the Route 66 vibes.
Yes.
And
Shout out to Rory's Motel.
Rory's Motel outside of Joshua Tree. So that inspired our logo and a big part of our brand.
Travel influences so much inspiration. Keep on traveling.
Yes.
Now let's drink. Amber's ready for some drinks.
She's ready.
Cheers.
Yes. So that's what I'm trying, the Tip Top Pilsner, and you all know that I say Tip Top all the time, so this one was really calling to me. Let's try it. It's light, it's crisp. This is a good drinking beer. I love it. It's like not bitter at all. Has just like has a beautiful essence. Cheers.
Tip Top name inspiration.
The fact that it's, you know, typical Pilsner is like 4 to 5%. The fact that this one's 7%.
Is it?
Yeah.
You know I like 7%. Next we're gonna try the Hitchhiker Hazy. And obviously this name was inspired by their travels. Maybe they saw a hitchhiker, maybe they were a hitchhiker. Is the right amount of cloudy. There's like a high pitchness, almost a mintiness to me to it.
The number 1 hop in there is Sriracha Ace, but it definitely has like a strong herbal.
Yeah.
I get dill, and then there's definitely like a dankness.
Okay, next is a Juicy Lucy. This is one I've been really excited to try. This is a golden ale with peaches. You heard me, golden ale with peaches. I never heard that before.
Through 200 pounds of peach puree.
200 pounds of peach.
That's a lot of peach. So this is an 8.2, which you know I already like. To me, the peach is actually really dominant in this beer, and it has like a bubbly taste, almost like they put a little champagne or soda water in the top, which makes it really drinkable for 8.2.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This would be good with ice cream, this would be good on ice, this would be good with pizza or a salad. Cheers.
Peach float.
Floats with peach
was
ice cream
really
with it.
good.
It's really good, yeah.
Right, it tastes like
Nice.
a cobbler.
For all you non-booze drinkers, they do make an in-house hibiscus tea with some carbonation in it and a touch of mint. This is so refreshing in that Texas heat, I gotta say.
Thank you, Vacancy, for having us. We have had the best time ever. We truly love you. We are back, and that was so successful. And are you hungry?
It's time to
Cook.
and I was really brainstorming on what we should make this video and what is the best thing to have after you've been to 4 breweries, had countless beers.
Let's think about it. When you wake up in the morning after you've had a few beers, what's the only thing you want?
Besides hair of the dog is a good old
BLT.
That's what we're making, and we're doing it honey and Rome style. We have some center cut bacon. That is the
B.
We got some romaine lettuce. That is the L. We got some beautiful beefsteak tomato.
That's the T.
We're also going to do something special because this is honey and Rome. I'll tell you guys about it. We have to make our own special sauce to lather on that Martin's roll. And all we're gonna do, we have some black gold Texas garlic. This is black garlic. Black garlic is a fermented garlic that has such a unique flavor, and we're gonna lather it onto the bread. It's super creamy. It's good to sit down
What a
with
day.
a BLT in my hand.
Thank you for this beautiful BLT. Give it a try.
Look at that BLT.
It's nice.
That bacon is good. Our bacon is thick. Like little pork steaks. They're so good.
And that tea is nice. Cheers, baby.
Crunch of the lettuce, tartness of the tomato, saltiness of the bacon. To wash down my BLT, I got a lemonade and soda water in here.
I feel like I've drank so many things today that I can't even imagine.
Thank you so much to all the breweries that met with us, sat with us, became friends. We will put all of their information down below. If you guys go to Austin, please check these places out. They are amazing and definitely worthy of your business. Great, great people. Thank you for watching this video. We are
Honey, I Roam. Please subscribe. Tell anyone that you think needs to know about us. Send us a comment because we always want to hear from you. We love you. Oh my gosh.
It goes on and on.
Next we're trying the strawberry.
We are rested. We're matching right now. Look at that. We got yellow shirts on. Yeah. Good night. Nomadic Brewers, Austin, Texas. Very cool.
All right.
In their, what do you call that area? Restaurant. It's kind of like, oh, the tasting area.
Got your shin there.
Okay, yeah, we'll do. I bet
Yeah.
you had an encounter with that thing.
Oh, yeah.
That is the shin buster.
The shin buster's right here, guys.
I love it. I love this beer.